Hi everyone, Catherine here from Inky Fingered Cat, back with another 30-day Christmas card making challenge. Today Martin has given us a sketch, which is kind of like one panel with a horizontal bar and an element with a bow. I decided to twist the sketch so that it is a vertical bar rather than a horizontal bar. Otherwise, I think you can probably see at the end that the sketch is fairly similar. I went back to the, what's it called? Christmas Tags and More set of papers that comes with these fabulous little die cut elements, etc. And I went with those, but with a quite large die cut sentiment. Yeah, kept it really simple this. The only thing that wasn't so simple was tying the twine thread stuff through the ornaments. That got a little bit fiddly, and to be honest, even the photos you'll see at the end that are probably about half an hour after I have glued things down, you can see the glue's still not dried because I've had to add that much glue. It will dry clear, it will be fine, but yeah, it is what it is sometimes. So, the sentiment itself, I can't remember who made that. I die cut it ages and ages ago, layered them up, it's stacked. Yeah, I have no idea now which company that came from. So it's quite an old one. I've had it in my stash for ages, but it's great because it comes with that kind of like layer underneath as well. And the only other thing I'd added in that wasn't in the kit was this wax thread, which when I did little bows to glue to the top of the ornaments after I'd threaded through the strings to hang them from, yeah, they just didn't want to stick. I didn't leave them long enough to dry. So you'll see at the very end, I'll go back in with it. I added, this is a Nuvo pen, not a Wink of Stella, but it's the same idea. It's like a shimmer pen. I'm just adding a layer of the shimmer to the sentiment, just to give it that tiny little bit of sparkle. And you'll see at the end, I also bring in some glossy accents, just to add a little bit of a different texture too. Now it is pretty much time to assemble the card. So I decided to use a little bit of dimension and use some foam tabs just behind the ornaments. That helped to bring them up. Look, those flaming bows just do not want to stick. It's just the amount of times I put them back in place. It's ridiculous. So I used the foam tabs for underneath the ornaments, and then also a little bit this part of this sentiment that just is sort of like hovering above nothing. But the rest of it was glue. I did decide not to add in that tab. I figured it was not quite in keeping with the rest of the sketch. I do add it in the inside, but I did keep in those two floral elements, not floral elements, the foliage elements that are coming out the tops of the ornaments, and then that little holly cluster. Because I figured they didn't really detract from the sketch element. I decided to be quite generous on this card, and I actually added pattern paper as a full panel because it's quite a subtle pattern paper to the inside. Now, this is the point where I'm going to start pulling those strings, and it's important to try and keep them so that they are actually vertical in the way that they hang, you know, how gravity would keep them. But I'm quite generous with the bits of double-sided sticky tape that I put on the back just to keep them in place. And then I'm going to glue it down flat. And again, this is me putting those bows back on because once again, they've moved, they've come off. And this is where I then go in with the glossy accents just on the little berries on all of those little bits of foliage that I added as those final pieces. And that is me finished. Quite a simple card because all those elements are already die cut for you. Just need to punch them out and it's done and dusted. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do subscribe if you want to see future videos. I am working my way through this challenge, but hopefully I'll also have some other videos popping up here and there because November has been very heavily Christmas focused so far. It'd be nice to do something else for a little bit. But I've not filmed anything yet, so I need to get on and do that. Please subscribe to see more. Please like, leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.